David Gettleman, is deciding now this is what we have to do. And I agree with it. I agree with it wholeheartedly, 100%. The Giants have been very compassionate and very good to Eli over the years, $250 million. They let him pick where he wanted to play, if you remember that, when he came out in the draft. Yep. Very few players get a chance to do that. And the last 6 out of the last 7 years, it's been a losing record. Most quarterbacks would have been out. 3 out of the last 6 years with a losing record would have been out. So he is still here. The eulogy should not be written just yet. He may have a chance to play as the season goes on. You never know what happens in the NFL. And as we have seen already in the first 2 weeks, quarterbacks are going down left and right, whether it be Trevor Siemian, Drew Brees, Roethlisberger, Nick Foles, you name it. It's just a rash of injuries at the position. So he's still going to be dressed. He's still going to be on the sideline. He's still going to be supporting his teammate. And I would expect nothing less. The one thing that we all know, Eli will be a professional. He'll be a gentleman. He'll be supportive. He's just in a different role now. And, yeah, I know it's sad for a lot of Giant fans. They've already written the eulogies in the papers today.
Why so much sadness, though?
Yeah.
And I guess that, Giant fans will call this morning and tell us why they're so sad. But that's the one thing that's confusing to me is having rooted for a team my entire life that has never gotten to a Super Bowl in my lifetime, has had all these devastating losses, has not had a player like Eli Manning I can look back and say, that guy won 2 Super Bowl championships for me. It shouldn't be sadness. I mean, it should be looking back and saying, wow, okay, we're moving on. There's some excitement with the new quarterback, and I'm so happy that Eli gave me all these great moments, and now I'm ready for the next era. I mean, it was as if, this guy had to retire because of injury, and he still had 5 great years left. That was sort of the reaction yesterday. It's tough for me to say because I am not one of those Giant fans, but, I just expected from my perspective it would be more like, we love you, Eli. Thank you. And now we're excited to move on.
I think there's a lot of that. I think there is a lot of that. I just think that, you get overwhelmed with how the papers react and how certain fans react. Of course, they love him, and of course, they believe.
Phil wrote a column for crying out loud.
Yeah, I know Phil wrote a column. I asked Phil to come in here this morning. He wouldn't text me back, so I don't know.
He ignored you.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
So
did he also unfollow you like Jamal Adams?
No, he did not unfollow me like Jamal Adams unfollowed the Jets. No. Eventually, it's going to happen. I think where the Giants really made their mistake is they brought him back. I would have said at the end of last season, that's it. We're going to move on. And we're going to draft a kid and give Eli a chance that if he wanted to still play and maybe wanted to go play with another team, he could have done that in the offseason. He wants to stay here, according to Chris Mortensen, who tweeted out that he doesn't look like he wants to leave the team. He wants to stay with the team and all that other stuff.
Who wants him, though?
No, forget that. That's a whole other discussion. But I'm just saying that if the Giants were going to go down this road, which we all know and knew that they were going to go down this road the moment they selected Daniel Jones. The moment that they got him, they probably should have let Eli go. And I'm not saying this morning for the first time. I have said this in the offseason. I've said it on other radio stations, so there is a history of that out there. This kid deserves the undivided attention of the coaching staff, the undivided attention and support from his teammates, and really most likely shouldn't. And I know this whole idea about mentoring and being there for somebody and being a sounding board sounds great, but it's not, that's not the way it is. The way it is everybody wants to play. And if you're an alpha male and you play quarterback, you want to play.